Now living with us actually, so we see him play a lot, and we also know his pain, Ben, when he plays against.
If Beasty loses this next game, I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna kick him out.
You're gonna give him a curve?
Kick him to the curb. Just be like, all right, man, you're walking home to Serbia.
Oh. You're swimming home.
buy him like an inner tube and a sail.
Beasty arrives, like suddenly like a legacy of the voice comes out, you know. It's like there's this one Terran player with barcode. Everybody's like, who's this guy? Suddenly it's Beasty. He came home after 2 years. Still good, just as good. Falls back to Wings of Liberty strategies. Nobody uses Marauders anymore. Breaks the meta game of the units that we have by then.
He's figured out a way to like make Marauders shoot air. He like drops them out of medevacs, and as they're falling, they take one shot and they hit mutas, and he lifts them up again and drops them again. It's like Lucifron.
Yeah, and then we say like, yeah, Beasty, we did it for your own good. We knew you had great things inside of you. That's why we forced you to swim home.
He like gets home and he gets out of the water and he's just like huge, like massively ripped, because he's been swimming across the ocean.
Yeah, Beasty, did you see that picture about the guy who had like boxing gloves on and he had a shark on his shoulder and he walked over the beach? That will be Beasty.
That is, man. He's like swimming through the ocean and the shark attacks him and he kills it and then he eats it.
No,
and
he doesn't kill it yet. Like he somehow like he handles it and he makes the shark know who's in charge. Sits on the back of the shark, goes home, goes there. And then by the time he's there, like he just brutally knocks out the shark, carries it on his shoulder home, puts it in the aquarium in his backyard. At the beach,
and you see a shark just jumping up and out of the waves, and Beasty's riding on the back of it.
Yeah, I think that's possible. I see Beasty
sounds pretty smart to me, Kev.
Beasty's in for great things.
BeastyQT Shark Wrangler. You heard about the crocodile hunter? Beasty's the shark wrangler.
Yeah, that would be so cool. Beasties, of course, are green Terran spawning in the right bottom side of Ohana. There's a little bit of water here. There's no shark. Maybe he should have...
I bet there's a shark somewhere.
Really? There's a shark in Cloud Kingdom, that's for sure. And on Sandsworn Mist.
Maybe not. This looks like all this water is like shallow water.
Yeah, it's
not deep enough for a shark.
Not deep enough for shark. Unless the shark is knocked out and carried by summons. That's a really cool picture.
I mean, what if in Heart of the Swarm Terran has a unit? It's like Shark Rider. It sounds pretty smart to me. It's a space shark with BeastyQT.
Shark on a hovercraft. Like hovercraft flying in.
What if it's a hovercraft that shoots sharks?
I have no idea what to say.
It's got a shark launcher, man.
Yeah. And if you like land the shark in between circling, the shark eats all the circles.
Yeah, it just like eats everything. Like the shark just goes straight and it eats everything in its path.
Yeah, but Stalker.
And for everything it eats, it gets bigger.
Yeah, but Stalker is hard counter because it's metal, so it breaks.
If you eat 5 zerglings before it eats an Ultralisk, it can eat the Ultra.
Okay, man, enough.
Did you ever play that game where it's like you control the fish and you have to eat the other fish and the fish gets bigger?
No.
Oh man,
3 more.
That's like a crucial part of every nerd's childhood.
3 more additional Rexes going up for in the main base of Beasty, Ben. So maybe no meching Beasty today. Maybe he's going to try to do something funky with a lot of Marines early on. We'll see. So far, standard opening from Stefano. Overlord's starting to get in position. He will get the confirmation that there is a command center which is going to be in orbital soon. Of course, what Stefano does not know yet, Ben, is about these
4X follow-up. This is a pretty aggressive follow-up from Beasty, and I really wonder, and I kind of feel like he's going to make a push with some unupgraded Marines, maybe MVP style. But we'll see. He's only got that single gas, so maybe that's not what we're going to see after all. Tech Lab going down.
Seems unlikely. Roach Warren going down for Stefano already. Pretty quick Roach Warren. But he's been mining gas for a little while. His speed is almost ready for Stefano, so it's going to be a bit easier for him to control the map and see potential early push coming if BeastyQT tends to go for something like that.
You know, just having watched Stefano's play really for the last year, we've seen a lot of Stefano as he's kind of come into his come into himself as one of the greatest players in StarCraft 2. I feel like in today's Stefano plays a little bit more aggressively than he used to. He likes to do things with roaches, especially against Terran. We can see he's only on about 37 drones, and he's already producing roaches. So I think we're going to see some level of aggression out of Stefano. There it is, seven roaches in total. So he is going to be putting on some pressure here.
Beasty should be more than fine now, Ben. He's producing Marines out of 4 Rexes. Combat Shield is, I think, going to be almost ready when those roaches arrive. And with 4 Rexes, it should be more than just fine. Of course, it would have been nicer to have some Marauders. What I'm really wondering about, Ben, is the follow-up of Beasty, because it feels that everything is kind of late.
Yeah, it's going to be Roach Baneling again, Kev. And hard to micro against that without stim.
Exactly, against pure Marines. Comet Shield is going to help out quite a bit, no doubt. This bunker is in brilliant positioning against Roach Baneling. I really love these 3 depots, man. I think that's very smart. But BC is so blind once more. BC has absolutely no idea of anything that's coming. I would love to see him just hide in SCV somewhere over here or wherever, just somewhere.
Run, Marines! Get to the bunker!
Oh, now he's not going to be able to raise the depot. Or maybe he will.
But still, this looks like a really, really difficult attack to hold, Kev. Whoa, wow. Look at all the Marines. I take it back.
Yeah. But he doesn't have stim, so he's going to have to be careful, man. The Orbital is going to take a lot of damage and a lot of SCVs here as well. BC is just going to try to take out everything. He has so many Marines with
the SCVs now, and the Marines doing a really good job against these Roaches. Actually, BC's going to turn this around. Stefano was not expecting this amount of Marines. 23 Marines against 5 Roaches and a handful of Zerglings. BC's going to go ahead and push across the center of the map. Combat Shields is done. Stim now on the way. Stefano is going to persist with the aggression. No, actually, he's going to morph these Banelings and go back, realizing that Beast is going to push.
Imagine if he's going to come in with the Zerglings and Roaches from the front and the Banelings from the back. That would be really brutal. Where are no, he's just going to rally the Banelings to the natural.
That's pretty sick too. Wall it. Look, there's an SCV trying to wall.
So many Marines, man. I don't think Stefano can take this out.
It's going to be really close, and this is good positioning from Beastie. The Zergling is going to absorb a lot of damage on the Roaches. Will do a good job of dealing some damage, and Stefano will surround. And if Beastie loses these Marines, he's going to be in some serious trouble, Kev. This is his entire army.
I think maybe 1 or 2 Marines will survive. It's going to be very even with the reinforcements. Stefano is going to be more than just fine. The Banelings are still idling in the middle of the map, but as you said, BC just lost a ton of Marines over here. But BC is actually ahead economically right now.
He's ahead economically, but he is significantly behind militarily. This is 30 army supply to 15.
Nice little wall. BC, you're going to have to raise that wall. That's exactly what he does.
Scary.
No trespassing, man.
Bad times at Ridgemont High.
These poor Banelings, look.
Here come the Banelings. They're going to waddle right up that ramp, and they should bust right through Beastie's wall. He's got another wall behind it. Whoa, on the eBay? Really?
Both of them.
I think Beastie's fine with that. Both eBays fall. The upgrades are gone. Yeah,
cancel,
CC might need to be canceled. It is. I don't think Beastie needs to. I think he's given a little bit too much respect to this attack.
Yeah, I think so too. He has 2 medevacs over there with a couple of Bayuns. He had the bunker as well. He's losing a lot of SCVs in this process. Of course, he's going to be quite fine in the end. But suddenly Stefano is ahead again in workers, and also he delayed the third base by BC with an incredible amount.
Yeah, and this is what we were talking about, man. Stefano's ZVT has really become all about mid-game aggression and then pulling ahead with it. We can see now 56 drones to 46, 3 bases, 4 hatcheries, upgrades on the way. 1-1 completing. Baneling speed and Roach speed on the way. So it's going to be Roach Baneling from Stefano. And this is a really brutal unit composition against what we're seeing out of Beastie, which is basically pure bio.
It surprised me to see Beastie play pure bio. I've said it several times. In nearly all of his TVCs that I see of him, and I see quite a lot of them, because I love to sit behind Beastie and just watch him ladder up it. I would say 8 out of 10 times he's playing mech.
And right now he's attacking into Roach Baneling. That is not gonna work. It's just not gonna work. Not with this army.
There's so much creep already as well. Stim activated. BC does have pretty good micro, even though he was not microing too much right now. Marauder's taking a lot of damage from those links, or at least wasting a lot of potential DPS shooting at those links. And BC's probably quite fine with how that went. I mean, Stefano.
Yes, he is. And upon seeing the Banelings, Beastie immediately lifts up and says, "All right, let's rethink this." Smart move. He's going to keep most of those units alive. But again, Stefano's got this very real advantage on the ground. He's just got a scary ground army.
Ooh, Stefano banished supply block right now. Not a single Overlord is in production, so losing a couple of these units is actually not the worst thing that could have happened for Stefano, but he's actually not losing them. Baneling speed is almost ready, not completely ready
This is
yet.
a standard Stefano supply block. He does this once a game, around 100 supply, and then he makes 8 Overlords, and it doesn't happen again. It sounds ridiculous, but it happens all the time.
Gonna try to surround this little bio squad from BC as well. BC is paying pretty good attention, microing pretty well once more.
Also unloaded medevacs on top of Banelings and was pretty effective there, trading Marauders for 3-4 Banelings at a time, which is not bad by any stretch of the imagination. A lot more Banelings morphing for... Kevin. We're going to see a 2-2 Baneling boss.
I don't think he's... Do you really think he would morph all those Banelings right now, right here, if he wants to go for 2-2?
I guess that is a pretty long way off. But we're definitely going to see some high aggression from the Banelings. They're going to come around behind Beasty, and Beasty's in a really awkward position, has to lift up, and now what is he going to defend with? He's just got a handful of units behind a wall. And those depots fall. The next depots are going to fall. That supply blocks Beasty and Stefano. 130 supply, taking out more depots. Beasty completely incapable of producing units. And that is going to be curtains for Beasty. Stefano in his vein, killing all the SCVs. GG comes out, and a quick 3-0 means Stefano will advance to the top 8. We'll see him in Toronto.
A little bit more excitement, Ben. Of course, it's sad for us that our friend BeastyQT is not going to be there, but I'm super happy as well that Stefano is going to be at the NASL Season 3 Finals in Toronto. One of the best foreigners in the world, without a shadow of a doubt. He's a guy that should be there. We were very happy that he made it to the NASL this season. He won the Open Tournament, or one of the qualifiers for this season. He came in, played pretty well in the regular season, went 6-2. Or 7-1? No, 6-2. He lost his
6-2. Walk over to Puma and lost to Zenio.
ZVZ lost against Zenio indeed. But it's super nice to have Stefano at the finals. Foreign hope. If anyone is going to represent the foreigners of the NASL lineup that we had this season, Stefano is probably the first pick for many of people. So I'm happy, man.
Yep, well played by Stefano. 3-0's Beasty. Next up, Huck versus Ganzi. So we've got another foreigner trying to make it into the finals.
I think the game that I'm most excited about for tonight, man. Will Huck have the chance to shine on home soil and to play in front of his own crowd? I think it would be fantastic to see. We're going to see if he's going to make it right after the commercial break.